thinking of signing that new tenancy agreement? Hold up. Here are 5 rental red flags that could cost you big time if you miss them. My name is Patrick and I'm a local expert based in London. I'm here to help people find the right property and avoid the wrong ones. Now let's get into those 5 red flags that could save you big time money. Red flag number 1, property inspection and safety checks. Now when it comes to property inspection, what do I mean? Very simple. You book yourself for a viewing, go and see a house, and most of the time the viewings are very short, barely any details that are relevant, and you end up taking a property that you need to fix it after you move in, which is probably not the right thing and not the rental process wished for by people in general. So these are small causes which end up ruining relationships between landlord and tenant. So to avoid these, you must make sure you inspect the property correct, because sometimes people might hide things from you that are not that relevant for them, as they are not going to live in the property, but for you, who's going to be there 24/7, might see it a headache. So make sure you inspect it thoroughly. Inspect roof gutters, walls, flooring, water pressure, heating, everything, and try to get as much as possible details from the agent or landlord regarding the property itself. And follow it up by an email, of course, to make sure there is no disappointment on the later stage. Now, safety term wise, you should be very interested in certificates to be issued correctly, and the deposit handling should be also in a factor that the landlord or the agent does it properly and uses a DPS account to secure it, as for the later situations that could happen. As a red flag 1 would have been about the inspection of the property. Red flag 2 would be about, let's say, landlord or agent seems too pushy. Now, what does that mean is that they pressure you to sign up fast and take the property. That could mean there is something wrong. So you make sure that you go back to red flag number 1 to inspect the property, but not just the property, but the procedure itself as well. Are they rushing you to sign your agreements? Are they rushing you to complete certain things, but they haven't mentioned the deadline for you? Or is there a particular reason? Sometimes it could be just that the landlord is on a void period, which is up to you whether you want to accept it or not. But if there is no situation like that, then you've been promised further date possibility as well, and you went for it, but they're still pushing you to finish everything, it could be something wrong there. So make sure you never rush into signing an agency agreement that could lead to unpleasant scenarios. Red flag number 3, make sure that you request to check in inventory, or they will provide you one, because if it does come to dispute, that could come into hand for you, because sometimes you might have been in the property for 10 years and there is a lot of wear and tear, so you want to make sure that's not going to be an issue for you and you are covered. So your deposit will not fully be used against things that you don't really want to. Now, red flag number 4 is too good to be true. What do I mean by that? Well, sometimes that's what people use to scam others. So when you see a deal that's just unreal about the property, then there might be something fishy there. As a pure example would be, let's say you're renting a lovely 2-bedroom in the center of London right now for probably around nearly £3,000, but you'll find one for 1,600, which would be surreal, right? So you have to make sure that everything is carried out properly. All the checks that you want to make about the property is done thoroughly, and you're not paying anything in advance to even see the property, because in the UK it's completely free to book a viewing. There shouldn't be a charge, and there is no one allowed to charge you for that as per the law. So make sure you check, why is the price so low? Ask the relevant people that are listing that property, what's the explanation behind the price? And if they give you a satisfactory answer and you're happy with it and you seem everything fine, go ahead with it. Simple as that. But if you see anything wrong, be aware and always keep an eye on every single small detail, because you never know when they can scam you and you'll have a bad experience. Now, red flag number 5 is based mainly on pure communication from whether it's landlord or letting agent. If they're unresponsive before the deal, or if they are ignoring your messages, then something could go wrong. Make sure that you're not leaning back and letting it go like that, it could only get worse. So if you can still pull out, make sure you pull out unless you're patient enough to carry on with the process. If you seem that they're ignoring you because there must have been multiple offers, be sure to raise this issue with them and say that, is there anything wrong with my offer? Is there a certain issue with my profile that we could fix or we could do? If that's already when you're later in the stage that nothing really you can do, or you can just go for the safety part and lose the holding deposit but not lose more money than that, and keep looking for a property that's easier to rent and lettings agents or landlords that are more serious. Now, these would have been the 5 red flags that you need to be careful about, and if you're renting in London or anywhere in the UK, avoid any of these red flags and it could save you serious money. Make sure to subscribe and comment below any rental question you have. I will make sure to answer them, and if you have any particular idea what my next video should be about, feel free to drop a comment, and I will look forward to see you in the next video.